Welcome back, Grimlords. I'm Michael Paluzzi, the creator of Grim the Card Game and the owner of Grimoire Games. And I am very excited to record this video today because not only is it my birthday, which is serendipitous, but on my birthday I received the very first official production copy of Grim. This is a massive box with a lot of protection thanks to my manufacturer. It is not the box you'll receive this in. It is also significantly heavier than the box you'll receive this in. So I'm anticipating there's a few extra things in here. So we're going to go ahead and find out what those are as we open this. Before I get into it, I will say, as many of you know, I am a one-man show, one-man team. I produced Grim over, several years of very hard work and a lot of community building in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I'll put a link in the description below here. If you haven't followed on the Instagram, it's a great place to get updates. And this is sort of the culmination of a lot of work, but there's a lot more to come. For those of you who follow on the Discord or on the Instagram, you know that I'm currently developing Banished, which is a sort of more casual strategy game that exists within the Grim universe. So sort of, if you love this game, building out the feelings, vibes, culture, whatever you want to call it, of this world, you're going to get a little bit more of that in Banished, which is very exciting. And I'm working with Raven Studios on the art of that one so that I can focus personally on all of the art, graphics, rules, balancing, etc. for the expansions of Grim, which are still coming and are currently being tested pretty frequently. So that is all to say, this is not the be-all, end-all, but this is the beginning. And this is a very, very exciting moment for me. So I wanted to record it so that I could do it with some folks, and I'm sure that as the time of you're seeing this, we will have already done so, but at some point in the future, I'll probably sleeve cards in a stream on the Discord and hang out. We have a great community that we love to hang out with. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting through the edges here. Actually, how do I want to approach this? Cut through like so. And it looks like my cat will be visiting us here, so apologies for that. Yeah, we do have some extra decks in here. So, wow, these look fantastic. So these are going to be hard to see on video, but there's your Grim card. There's Cry Calypso, a very beautiful Cry Calypso as well. Looks like they provided a significant number of extra decks that they did not utilize. I don't know whether these are misprinted or miscut, or if they are simply extras. Just because of the way that printers work, there are often some extras in the mix. It may be, I see there's some cutting on this one, on the packaging, so they probably did some quality checks and determined that, yeah, see there's some cutting on this here. So they must have done some quality checks to determine that certain of these cards as packaged were not sufficient to go through, which I very much appreciate. Oh, and here it is. I'm going to bring this box down here for a moment. Here is the game. Oh, what a beautiful box. Absolutely stunning. All of the information you need at the bottom there. Wow. The rest of this is extra decks. So I've got a significant number of extra cards. Looks like I can play this game till the sun goes down for a year. I'm going to be very careful cutting the plastic here just a bit. Let's see if I can get under that. You can see this a little bit on camera. I'm trying desperately not to cut this first production copy. Be very careful with it. Oh, that is sleek, this matte finish. So one thing that I did intentionally was get a beautiful matte finish on this box so that it takes a little bit more wear and tear. It's not as marked, it doesn't get chipped easily or anything, and it just feels beautiful. All right, the weight of the box will pull it down. We'll go ahead and lift this out. Awesome. Wow. So the first thing you'll see on top is the rule book. The rule book is effectively everything you need to know in the core rule set of the game. You can see a lot of information about statuses here. You can see, you know, information about your spirit bonuses, etc. I'm shaking opening this because I'm trying to be so careful. My cat is over here. Apologies. Yeah, so you'll have everything you need here, but I do recommend going on the website and taking a look at the rulebook there, because this will give you what you need to know, but the website gives you things said slightly differently, and I kind of did that intentionally to make sure that if this doesn't initially trigger for you, then that will. Part of the hard part about this game is that it appeals very often to people who like trading card games and people who like board games, and the ways in which those rules are written often are very different. And so this is written like a board game would be written, and the website is written a little bit more like a TCG might be written. So this is the rule book, and it fits right on top there. Oh man, these are gorgeous. Holy cow. Okay, we're going to get to these in a second. So these are your player guides. Look at that. Ooh, it's hard to get them in there, but they are sleek. Sleek, sleek, sleek. So these are where you're going to get, you actually saw it in the rulebook for a moment, all of your, ooh, I'm shaking real hard trying to be careful. All of your spirit bonuses, your status effects, your turn order, and it looks like there's a little bit of white on here. You just got to wipe off. It's from the printing process. And then your elements, so you can kind of understand the way that the elements interact. And these are going to be sort of next to you as you play. Or if you don't need them, you don't need them. But yeah, these are exceptionally useful for people who play on Tabletop Simulator. So we like to leave them. Let's see if I can just set these things over here. We like to leave them on the side. And then these, man, we went back and forth on these so many times, and they turned out just gorgeous. So if you saw the announcement video, you know that the tracker was intended initially to be a double layer tracker. And unfortunately, because of the sizing of the tracker, it's not possible. Just because we wanted as well as possible to make it so that there was no glue visible, it was really hard and tight, and there was no lifting of any of the paper. And in order to do the kind of edging that we wanted to make sure that like paper didn't lift under it, especially if you're sliding cubes in here, the margins were too small, and we didn't want to make the box larger. So what we ended up deciding to do was a linen stamp, and it might be hard to tell. Oh, there you catch the light. You can see that little bit of texture on there, and that's what's going to help you when you're playing. So just put it here, slide the cubes on here, and have them stay, because there's a pretty significant grip on there. And of course the cubes fit right on these squares. They're 8mm cubes. You can use anything you want. You don't even have to use this tracker. It's not necessarily a requirement, but it gives you everything you need to track in the game. One thing I was these edges are just gorgeous. One thing I was very specific about when designing this game is there should be nothing that you have to remember that isn't tracked for you. Especially between rounds. Statuses can last between rounds, etc. So having this track everything for you, and of course there's one for each player. You put your Grim on either side of it and you track using the left and right. Having a tracker is exceptionally useful. And the back is nice with the little Grim logo. So we'll set that aside. Absolutely love this. Oh, and there's some, I'm gonna nerd out over this considerably. So this is one of my favorite parts, the cloth bag with the spirit icon. This is something I kind of forced into the game. It didn't have to be this. I'm eating the cost on this because I wanted it there, and I really care about the quality of this game. This is what most games would provide, and I provided anyway in case you prefer just a poly bag, you know? But I really just thought, I mean, come on, a beautiful cloth bag with the Spirit logo on it. You can take this and put the cards in anything that you want. It doesn't have to be this box. Grab your trackers, and if you know all of this stuff and don't need your player guides, this is what you need. Just go play, and it's so beautiful. It's so cool. There are 22 cubes in here, I believe. There should be, anyway. Yep, there are 22 cubes in here. You only need, for the tracker, assuming everything is statused, 20 cubes. So having 22 is really just there in case you happen to lose one, These are wooden, so they're a little more premium. So the thing about wood is they feel nicer. They feel a little more, I don't know if I'd say substantial as compared to plastic, but they just feel more genuine, more rustic. And so having wood cubes is great for that, but they can also sometimes have little chips in them. I don't actually see any here, but they can. So I like to give a few extra just to be safe. And then this bag fits in here, but I'll end up probably taking these out and putting them directly in our little cloth bag here. And I am so excited about that. So one thing I want to point out, the inside of the box it's going to be hard to see on camera here, but the inside of the box is all black. And I'm looking at my screen here to make sure you can see. So when you look into this, I mean, with the black cards and the black foam inserts and everything, which we'll talk about, these black ribbons, which you probably can't even see unless I pull out of there. And of course, I'm wearing a black Grimm shirt, so you can't see them at all. But these black ribbons in here, made for lifting cards and everything, it's just a clean aesthetic with the box cover and everything. And you pull it off, you get the rule book, you get all the guides, and then you see the black inside. It is just gorgeous. And something else I sprung for just because I thought it was cool. So we're going to pull a ribbon out here, and we've got another one. So there's a ribbon on either side where my index fingers are, and they're made to help you lift the cards out. So you can actually see if I use this ribbon, I can lift the cards out. This will help you store them any way you want. So it's really, really nice in that way. And the cards will come in 2 little packs like this, each separately cellophane wrapped. So it's not just one giant pack. And here you can see what they look like. We've got Necronova and Cry Calypso. So my guess is when you receive this game, you'll receive Necronova and Cry Calypso as your top cards. So if those are your favorites, this will be a really cool experience for you. Of course, there's a little tab here on the cellophane to rip this off, so don't cut through here. They put a tab on here for you, and you can pull these cards off. And oh my goodness, are they beautiful. These are some gorgeous, gorgeous cards. And I cannot wait to play with these. This will be a separate stream on the Discord, so if you want to see the individual cards, join the Discord, and I'll probably sleeve them sometime in the next week or so, and hang out with the community, talk, etc. So another thing I want to mention, so this is how long the ribbon is. So you can use this. I sprung for a really long one because you can place this down, place some cards in, layer it back over, place some cards in, layer it back over. So you can use this as a divider for a few things. If you want to set your Afterworlds aside, your Bond cards, and your Grimm cards, you can layer it 3 different ways. Another thing I want to point out, which I've pointed out a few times, especially in the announcement, but this box is specifically designed, as you can see, the cards have quite a lot of, let's see, what's a good way to angle this, quite a lot of give in here. That's because the box was designed to allow for sleeves. You'll also notice that if I put the cards upright, there is a butterfly divider right here. It's a little hard to see, but if I put the cards upright, they fit on one side where they came, which is not surprising given geometry, but they fit, and they fit with some space. They fit with sufficient space to have them sleeved, and that's super important. And then these components here can sit right on top, and you can fit the box down. And that's how we designed this box. I and the manufacturer, we designed it very intentionally to do that, so that you could store this face up or down, upright, really any way that you want, sideways like this. And then to account for that and spacing, this side has a few things. The first is this little foam insert, which is made to store, once all the cubes are in there, the cube bag. So this will fit right in here and slide in, and it won't go jiggling around everywhere. And then additionally, there's one more big foam insert below that. And the reason there's this foam insert is because, as you noticed, all the cards fit in here. This with the foam insert, that bag thing, and then everything on top. Once you sleeve it, you got a lot more volume. So the idea is you can take this foam insert out, or you could leave it on the bottom. There's a few different ways to do this, to be totally honest. You could leave it on the bottom, put all the Grimm sleeved on one side, Afterworlds and Bond cards sleeved on the other side. You could take it out, and really the end goal with this thing is that the box is intended to fit all 3 planned expansions, each of which right now are planned to be 55 cards. So that's probably the first time I've said that, but that is the plan for the expansion. So an additional 165 cards are intended to fit in this box, and it comes with, I think it's 173 or something like that. So so that is, or maybe 175, whatever the case. So that is the plan for the box. And as you can see, there is a second ribbon here. So to the extent that you want to divide your base game on one side and then divide all 3 of your expansions on the other side, these ribbons are there for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put this box back together. I will be taking these apart, as I mentioned, and doing it on the Discord, but holy cow, is this a beautiful, beautiful box. I am going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to put the ribbon down, and we're going to put one thing of cards down. I'm going to swap the ribbon. We're going to put another thing of cards down. On this side, I'm just going to put the ribbon underneath the foam, and then I'm going to put the little foam frame in here that will hold the cubes. We'll put the cubes, just so I don't fumble with it and waste time in this video, back inside of this bag. And sometime, by the way, since I clearly have the volume, I will sleeve a bunch of these and show you how everything fits in one box with the expansions. And I'll do a video on that. So we put our little cube bag here, and again, as you can see, it's right inside of that. Everything's black, so it's hard to see, but it's right inside of there. I'll just put the ribbon back in here gently, put this ribbon on this side, and there's a butterfly divider in here, by the way, that is removable. I thought about making it stable in here, but because of the way that the cards are stored, I thought it better to just take it out. So if you want to just put all your cards on the bottom and throw everything else on top, you can do that. It's really not a problem. And the ribbons will allow you to still separate things, so that's really useful. Now we put our 2 trackers in, which are so nice. We put our player guides in, put our rule book on top. As you can see there, there's plenty of space for when you sleeve the cards. And we get our beautiful Grimm box all put together. So thank you everyone for watching. This is just, the unboxing of the first official copy of Grimm. I cannot believe how awesome this is. Join the Discord. I'll put the link down below. I've probably said that a million times, but it is a really fun community. Follow on Instagram. You can join the mailing list. I'll still send some mailings out every once in a while, but you'll get more information on the Instagram and in the Discord. And we're in the middle of our Grimm Pre Season 4 right now, so if you want to see match streams, those are happening in the Discord pretty often. Plus, we're playtesting Banished, and eventually I will probably open it up to the community in the Discord only to playtest the expansions for Grimm. That is super, super early consideration, and I haven't even gotten close to that. For now, enjoy this game. Stay tuned for our effective holiday, which is Day of the Dead in October near Halloween, for more news. Dive in as deep as possible. Read this physical rule book. Supplement it with what's on the internet on grimthecardgame.com. Look at the FAQs for individual cards on each element page if you need more information, or ask us directly in the Discord. We have teachers there who are more than happy to answer questions all the time. And if you haven't ordered a copy yet, there are still pre-orders available. And just to demystify this a little bit, I'm calling it a pre-order because you're not getting it immediately. The other copies that are not this production copy are currently in freight, which means they're on the ocean going to California to our warehouse, from which I will have Shipmonk, our shipping partner, fulfill every order. So if you pre-ordered a game, it will come to you around like mid to late March, because freight is going to be done and receiving will probably be done at either the end of February here or very early March. And so give them a few days to do the receiving and then start shipping things out over a few days, and then allow 5 to 7 standard shipping as was put on the price of the product. So I expect that near the end of March, everyone should be playing Grimm already, and then enjoy this for a while and just get excited about expansions. I will be back with news about those in the near future, but for now, let this game breathe, and I hope you all enjoy it. Have a Grimm day.